coming up from the Northeast Live studios in Guwahati. Northeast Tonight with Wasbir Hussain.
Hello and welcome to Northeast Tonight, the show that decodes the region. Now that we have the Assam election dates with us, the big question is how the political parties are going to shape up their approach to the polls. This time around, three broad political formations have emerged on the scene so far. The BJP and its allies, mainly the AGP and the UPPL, the Congress AIUDF left combined, and a regional platform mainly comprising the AJP and Rise or Dol. Several questions have been raised by the Aam Aadmi. Are the polls going to be fought on rhetoric, or are the parties going to raise and address the issues plaguing Northeast India's most populous state, Assam? What is the opposition capable of? Can any of the anti-BJP formations unseat the BJP-led alliance? One is asking this question because the two anti-BJP groupings are bent on fighting against each other, apart from, of course, the BJP-led combined. Will the BJP benefit out of a possible split in anti-BJP votes? Can the opposition match the BJP's election blitzkrieg with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah leading from the front like never before? Well, we will have to wait and watch. But let me tell you, viewers, election 2021 in Assam is going to be a bitterly fought poll battle. To discuss the scenario, I am joined by former MP Kirip Chaliha. Assam BJP Vice President Swapnanil Baruah is also with me. Also with me is senior Assam Congress leader and Vice President Dwijen Sharma. Also joining me is Ahom Jatiyo Porikhod spokesman Amrit Khataniar and spokesman of the AIUDF Champak Kalita. Gentlemen, welcome to Northeast Tonight. Let me go first to you, Mr. Dwijen Sharma. Today, whatever may be its significance, big or small, that is not the issue. You have the RJD leader, Tejaswi Yadav, who was in Guwahati. He had announced that the RJD has joined or will join the Mahagathbandhan. That means the RJD has said that they are going to join the Congress AIUDF left alliance. That means one more in your kitty. And now the question is, is the Mahagathbandhan ready to take on a highly consolidated BJP?
No, you see, RJD leader Tejaswi Yadav has come to Assam. The RJD is alliance partner in Bihar with Congress. So naturally he will come.
It is a long-term ally of the UPA.
Yes, it is a long-term ally of the UPA, and naturally he will come to Assam, and he will see his organization also, as well as he will be in this Mahagathbandhan. Now the question is this election. I have been observing after the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi that he is playing this election game basically on rhetoric, because we have seen most of the things what he has said. These are not useful for Assam, and he has forgotten his promises, earlier promises which he said in earlier election. So when the election comes, he gives a lot of promises, and later he does not follow these promises, does not do those. So nowadays I have seen this Assam people have fed up with the promises of BJP and its leader Narendra Modi, and they are listening only, just waiting for the coming election.
Okay.
And they will reply in the coming election. I believe that today.
Okay, we'll have to wait and watch how the people respond. Champak Kalita ji, आपका क्या मानना है अभी जो इलेक्शन चुनाव डेट्स अभी हमारा सामने है, डेट्स आ गया है, तो इलेक्शन का मुद्दा क्या होंगे? आप समझते हैं कि पॉलिटिकल पार्टियां जो है विल दे टॉक ओनली अबाउट पोलराइजेशन? आपका नेता भी पोलराइज कर रहे हैं, कई अन्य दलों का नेता भी पोलराइज कर रहे हैं, क्या ये पोलराइजेशन में ही इलेक्शन चलेगा या कठिन जो इंपॉर्टेंट मुद्दा है, महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दा जो है असम का, वो भी सामने आएगा? क्या आपका क्या कहना है?
देखिए, आप अभी जो असम का जो हाल है और इंडिया का जो इकोनॉमिक स्थिति है, अर्थनैतिक स्थिति है, आप मुद्दे से पीछे नहीं हट सकते। अभी मुझे तो लगता है एक मुद्दा काफ़ी है बीजेपी को शिकस्त देने के लिए, एक फास्ट ट्रैग एंड टोल गेट, क्योंकि लाखों लोग नेशनल हाईवेज में सफ़र करते हैं और ये जो फास्ट ट्रैग हम लोग को एक जो गुलाम बनाने का जो तरीका है कि आप घर से बाहर निकलो तो पैसा दो। अभी 600 कितना नेशनल हाईवे में और 100 स्टेट हाईवे में, और भी ये बढ़ेगा, ये जो टोल टैक्स या फास्ट टैग वाला है। तो अगर हम लोग ठीक से ये जो हम लोग का गठबंधन हो रहा है, अभी आपने आरजेडी की बात बोला, आरजेडी इज वेरी सिंबॉलिक, बट कल आपको बहुत अच्छा एक खबर मिलने वाला है, बात छोड़िए। ये हम लोग ठीक से अगर हो जाएगा, जब तक इसका ये हो ही गया, अभी इसको सीट वगैरह शेयरिंग अभी 2-3 दिन में हो जाएगा, उसके बाद आप देखना, मैंने कल भी बोला कि मोमेंटम शिफ्ट होने वाला है। अभी जो बरडुआ में आया था अमित शाह, ये उनका पीक था, और बतौर में जो कुछ हुआ, जो शर्मनाक जो कुछ हुआ, उसके बाद अभी ये लोग का ग्राफ नीचे आएगा, मोमेंटम शिफ्ट होगा, हम लोग ऊपर जाएंगे। और मुद्दे को आप छोड़ ही नहीं सकते हो, क्योंकि लोगों के हाथ में पैसा नहीं है, काम नहीं है, महंगाई है, टोल गेट है, इसीलिए मुद्दे पे आना ही पड़ेगा। और हम लोग उनके ग्राउंड में जाके खेलने वाले नहीं हैं, अपने ग्राउंड में इनको खींच के लाएंगे।
मुद्दे पे आना ही होगा। दैट इज व्हाट Champak Kalita of the AIUDF is saying, that you cannot escape the issues facing Assam. That is what I will take a full response from the BJP Vice President, Mr. Swapnanil Baruah, who is on the show. Let me go to you, Mr. Amrit Khataniar. Mr. Amrit Khataniar, as I have said in the introduction, it will be a very, very interesting poll battle this time. As I said in my introduction, 3 broad formations, Mr. Khataniar, where Ahom Jatiyo Porikhod and Raizor Dol is also one formation. Now you have seen, yes, although we all know, you and I know, everybody knows that RJD's joining the Mahagathbandhan is only symbolic, as Mr. Champak Kalita has very rightly observed. But still, it's a political party which has come and joined. Now, my point is, as far as you are concerned, AJP and Raizor Dol, you don't have much options to bring in, even if you want a new player to come and join, player of significance. What are the options do you have?
Basically, Wasbir, this election, even though we are talking on various fronts, the Gathbandhan, BJP, Raizor Dol, AGP, but the fact remains, this election will be fought on 2 issues only. This is nationalism versus regionalism, Rashtriyabad versus Ansolikatavad. So, people have tasted the BJP rule the state, people have tasted the Congress misrule in the past, so they are looking for options. Who really loves the country? It is the regional forces, the Ansolikatavad forces. For that matter, we had to take birth. It is a forced birth by the people of Assam. So this is the prima facie will be the election. Momentum will be on these 2 issues: Ansolikatavad versus Rashtriyabad.
No.
Secondly,
okay.
Secondly, the other issues, the betrayal of trust.
Yeah.
The commitments in 2016 the BJP gave, that has not been fulfilled in totality. Most importantly, by the Assamese culture, the language, the people of Assam, the integration of Assam is at stake. That is not acceptable. Implementation of Ka, non-fulfillment of Clause 6, then price rise, corruption.
No.
Then all these issues are issues that the people are aware of. People are frustrated with these issues. So they are looking for an alternative, both for BJP as well as for Congress.
Okay, we'll have to wait and watch. Now, Mr. Swapnanil Baruah, Amrit Khataniar is saying that we have battle between nationalism and regionalism. Now, my point is, if there was, I mean, nationalism has to come. What is the harm in, talking about being nationalist or talking or harping on the theme of nationalism? At the end of the day, there can be no regionalism without nationalism, isn't it?
Well, obviously, only once the states develop will the country develop in a federal structure. That is obviously the question, and you have rightly hit it on the nail, the head of the nail, as the issues pending before the elections. I think if you ask me what are we going to the elections, we are going to the elections straight on the development plank. That is our priority. We hope to continue. The punchline has been a secure, that will be for the coming election, has been decided as a wish BJP again for a secure Assam, BJP again for a developed Assam. So that is going to be the line. And a lot of developments are going on, especially since the Galwan crisis. I don't know, because Wasbir, you are the person who's been following the Northeast very succinctly. And therefore, I think you will be the person who will be able to gauge the actual importance of the Northeast in the current international scenario after the Chinese crisis. The whole emphasis now has been shifting to the Northeast, and I think the government of India in its whole foreign policy aspect has taken Assam as the center point for preserving our control and hegemony over the Bay of Bengal and also controlling the Indian Ocean in the eastern states.
So you would say that is one of the reasons why the Prime Minister has been repeatedly harping on the region.
Yes, that is why the Prime Minister is coming, and the Prime Minister is coming as a worker. He is trying to reassure the people that, look, we must all sort out our internal differences. We must unite the Northeast. We must have all problems in the Northeast solved as fast as we can, so that this shift which is there, this focus which is there on Assam from the Chinese side, then the hostile environment that is trying to be created using Assam. Yeah. And second, the other point is that with that we have not realized in Assam that we are on the pause of a changeover. I don't know whether you are feeling the change, but the impact now is that the leading city of Eastern India is not going to be Calcutta anymore. It is going to be Guwahati. I don't know whether you're getting this. I think there is a sense which is developing, and I think the focus, because now nothing much can happen more in West Bengal and Calcutta, because they have whatever was to be done historically 200, 300 years, that has been changed, and now we are on a different phase, that this is the region which has to be developed. This is the region which will be a launching pad for our Southeast Asian adventure. And this will be our, being the Vishwaguru, which is the expression used by the Prime Minister.
I will, Mr. Kirip Chaliha, former MP, has also joined us. I'll come to him in a while. चंपक कलिता जी, ये बताइए कि आपने सुना बीजेपी का स्पोक्समैन स्वप्ननील बरुआ जी ने जो कहा है कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट का एक महत्वपूर्ण स्थान है because after Chinese crisis and considering its geostrategic location. लेकिन ये मुद्दा पे हम नहीं जाएंगे. Now my point is, question is, अब आपका क्या मानना है? प्रधानमंत्री जी, मैंने ये प्रश्न इंट्रोडक्शन में भी कहा था कि प्रधानमंत्री 3 बार खुद आए, एक बार वर्चुअली माजुली का ब्रिज लॉन्च किया, 4 बार आए, एक बार माजुली. होम मिनिस्टर काफ़ी टाइम आए. बीजेपी के प्रेसिडेंट जेपी नड्डा जी भी एक बार आ चुका है ऑलरेडी. तो ये जो इलेक्शन ब्लिट्सक्रिग है, ये टेम्पो क्या ऑपोजिशन कैच कर पाएंगे?
देखिए, सबसे बड़ी बात है कि उसका एक रूपक मैं बता सकता हूँ. राहत इंडिया ने बोला कि सरहद में तनाव है क्या, जरा पता तो करो देश में चुनाव है क्या. मतलब ये इनका जो खलबली है, इनका जो घबराहट है, ये दिख रहा है. क्योंकि आप देखिए, प्राइम मिनिस्टर वर्चुअली एक बार लेके 4 बार, उसके बाद उन्होंने स्पीच में बोला कि इन 5 स्टेट में मैं और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आना चाहूँगा चुनाव डिक्लेयर होने से पहले हो गया अलग बात है. लेकिन इतना क्यों आना पड़ा? इसीलिए क्योंकि अभी देखिए, इनको एक ही स्टेट है असम जो इनका अभी है, बाकी में तो इनका गवर्नमेंट नहीं है. अभी 5-0 ना हो जाए, इसीलिए इन लोगों का डर सता रहा है कि कहीं 5-0 ना हो जाए, क्योंकि 5-0 होने का बहुत चांस है. इसीलिए मैं आपको बताऊं कुछ चीजें जो हम लोग का,
यही तो रेटोरिक है.
नहीं, मैं
जो आप कह रहे हैं,
मैं बताऊं, ये जो बता रहे हैं कि चाइना बारे में, क्योंकि मैं बता रहा हूं आपको, चाइना क्राइसिस जो आपका नेशनलिज्म का कुछ भी आप बोलो, जिस समय में क्राइसिस था उस समय में 2,94,000 करोड़ रुपया का आयात किया गया. और 80,000 करोड़ रुपए का इंडिया से चाइना में निर्यात किया गया। इसीलिए क्या बोलते हैं ना आपका कि जंग और इश्क में सब कुछ जायज है, जंग इश्क और धंधा में सब कुछ जायज है, क्योंकि ये धंधा है भाई, धंधा है। आप आदमी को
दिस इज रेटोरिक, लेकिन
आप चाइना को दिखाते रहो कि चाइना आ गया, चाइना आ गया, नेशनलिज्म,
मेरा बात
धंधा कर रहे हो,
मेरा
धंधा कर रहे हो, चंदा भी ले रहे हो।
मेरा बात सुन लीजिए। प्रधानमंत्री या होम मिनिस्टर अभी तक जितना बार आए वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट लॉन्च किया था, काफी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोजेक्ट जो कांग्रेस का मुखपत्र है, वो हम बताएंगे, कांग्रेस लीडर शो में है वो बताएंगे। लेकिन ज्यादा से ज्यादा भारत के इंडिपेंडेंस के बाद कांग्रेस ने रूल किया था, तो ब्रिजेस जो है ब्रह्मपुत्र के ऊपर जो कनेक्टिविटी लास्ट 6-7 सालों में आया है, ये आप क्या निगेट कर सकते हैं? ये आप क्या एब्सोल्युटली डिसमिस कर सकते हैं?
देखिए मैं आपको बताऊं, यही मैं कह रहा हूं, जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने ये जो माजुली वाला 2 बार किया, एक बार हुआ गया, उसको एक बार किया हुआ, बोला पहली बार भूमि पूजन हुआ। अरे माजुली है 17 नगरी को जाने वाला ब्रिज में तुम कह रहे हो भूमि पूजन और कह रहे हो शंकरदेव। और शंकरदेव का जो फिलोसफी है उसमें कोई भूमि पूजन है ही नहीं। आसाम के संस्कृति में, आसाम का सभ्यता में भूमि पूजन है ही नहीं। यही चीज अगर प्राइम मिनिस्टर में सही में इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट का नियत होता तो वहां से वर्चुअल करता, क्योंकि आप सिटी बस खत्म हो गई थी गुवाहाटी
चंपक कलिता जी,
ये लोग बहाना था गवर्नमेंट प्रोग्राम, ये चुनाव का एक ये था और चुनावी भाषण था उनका।
Let me bring Kirip Chaliha into the debate. This is what I mean. I began this debate, Mr. Kirip Chaliha, by saying by asking a question, whether election 2021 will end up in rhetoric or whether the political parties and political leaders are going to touch on the real issues facing Assam. Now we have heard what Mr. Champak Kalita is saying. He is trying to give a twist. He is saying that why Majuli 17 nagari hai, usme kyun bhumi pujan hona parega. So bhumi puja is a part of any ritual. When you launch a mega project,
नहीं है जो उत्तर भारत का है, भारत का भी नहीं है। उत्तर भारत, वही तो हम कह रहे हैं कि उत्तर भारत के लोगों से आसामी परंपरा को खत्म करने का नागपुर का जो साजिश है उसको हमको प्रिवेंट करना है। इसीलिए इनका जो बोला कि राष्ट्रीयतावाद, अभी देखिए सर, ये कविगुरु रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर ने जन गण मन लिखा था, उन्होंने बोला कि नेशनलिज्म इज ए पाइथन, और मुंशी प्रेमचंद ने बोला नेशनलिज्म एक कोड़ है, बीमार है। ये 2 बड़ा लोगों ने बोला सर, मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूं। इसीलिए नेशनलिज्म का आड़ में आप लोग आजादी अंबानी को देश बेचना है और लोगों का कहना है कि हिंदू खतरे में है। ये जो आप लोग का चेहरा वो सामने आ गया।
Let me, I'm coming to you, Kirip Chaliha. Mr. Dwijen Sharma, your alliance partner, he seems to have a problem with nationalism. Are you also opposed to nationalism? Being you are from representing the Congress party. Can you explain?
Not at all.
Because he believes, it seems from Mr. Champak Kalita's thing that he believes in sub-nationalism, not nationalism.
He has not said against nationalism. What I understand, he has said that Bhumi Pujan. Listen to me. Bhumi Pujan is not a culture of Assam. It is not an Assamese culture. There is no
what is Laikhuta Sthapan?
Laikhuta Sthapan or other things over there.
हम लोग का परंपरा है यार।
परंपरा है। ये भूमि पूजन।
देखिए अभी बीजेपी लाइखुटा स्थापन को चैलेंज कर रहा है। आप लाइखुटा चैलेंज कर रहे हैं, इसका मतलब शंकरदेव को चैलेंज कर रहे हैं, शंकरदेव को खारिज कर रहे हैं। ये नहीं चलेगा। अभी आप लाइखुटा को अपमान मत करिए। लाइखुटा असम में रहेगा। It is a DNA of Assamese nationality.
What is it?
It is Assamese nationality.
What is it? It is not.
No. Laikhuta is Bhumi Pujan. Laikhuta is Bhumi Pujan.
Let's not go into
Bhumi Pujan उत्तर भारत का है।
Okay.
असम का है।
We'll debate it some other time. We'll debate it some other time. Dwijen Sharma, please bear with me. Let me bring in Mr. Kirip Chaliha. Now, Mr. Kirip Chaliha, we have been identifying him as a Congress leader till recently. We have been saying that the former Congress MP. Today I have identified him only as a former MP. That is for the simple reason that 3 days ago, he had held a press conference. He has said that he has severed his ties with the Congress party. He has nothing to do with the Congress. Now, correct me if I am wrong. because there are a lot of rumors now that the man himself is on this program, Mr. Kirip Chaliha. The rumors are that you are going to join the Ahom Gana Parishad. Before I ask you a question.
Should he become personal? Should this be a personal explanation kind of thing? Or should it be, we are discussing political?
We are discussing politics.
I think let us get into that.
But we are looking
for that
for
we'll have
a
enough
breaking
occasions.
story. If you give the breaking story on the program, you are likely to join. That is the rumor. That's why I've used the word rumor.
Well, I can join any political party now. I'm free to join. So,
of course.
So this will come at the right moment.
Okay. We will not discuss.
Time is very short.
अभी reveal नहीं करना चाह रहे हैं
That his prerogative. I thought he is in a position to reveal.
Everybody should welcome me.
I welcome.
Many people are relieved.
Yes, all the representatives are here, except the party, of course, I mentioned. That's not the issue now. Mr. Kirip Chaliha, we are basically discussing whether what is the trend that you have seen so far. Because do you think the opposition will be able to catch up with the poll blitzkrieg launched by the BJP? Yeah, I have already discussed the Prime Minister and the Home Minister has come several times. And the BJP's election mascot in Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, has cycled and done padayatras all across the state, length and breadth of the state. Now my question is, number one, will it be really difficult for the opposition to catch up with this BJP's election tempo? And is the poll going to be fought on rhetoric and not real issues? What do you think?
So there are two parts of the questions that you are asking.
Yeah.
I'd first concentrate on the first analysis that you are making, and it's a hard part of that argument that has taken place. As of now, again, whether I've left Congress or not, or joined some other political party or not, my assessment in these discussions are always neutral.
Right.
And I try to state the truths. I don't want to use a talk show for propaganda purpose, because there are other places. You should do your propaganda in your public speeches.
You should, on the talk show, you can do breaking stories. If you are joining BJP or
we can have a press conference. We can have a press conference.
You can have a press
so
conference.
I'd like to give a very considered and
yes,
normal view, which I get assessments from normal people.
Right.
Now, that may be to the liking of Mr. Dwijen Sharma, Swapnanil or Champak or somebody else. That doesn't matter to me, because I'm addressing the audience at large.
Right.
Now, and they think that if I say something, if that carries value, then they give me respect. So I don't want to lose that respect. My assessment, I have been saying right before also, constantly I have been saying that I have not changed that view right now. There is no reason for me to change it at this point of time.
Okay.
It can change in the next 15 days, when the election starts, when the rallies take place, when people bring out the issues, when the political parties show their strength, when they show their organization. As of now, I still say that the ruling BJP coalition is ahead in terms of popular support. But I say that Congress and AIUDF combination, in their own way, are also trying to consolidate their own support base on particular points of strength. So they are the challengers, and they are trying to make it big. But I still say that common impression is they have not been able to strike big till now, but they are competing and they are trying hard. Next few days you will see, because election tempo takes place only at the end moment, last moment. So far as the new party is concerned, new party, I would say among the new party, I think now it is only the third front, which we can call an Assam third front, is Mr. Khan's party and Rajardol. So I think they are also trying to catch up, but it will be unrealistic if I say that they have also become a challenger. But I am not calling them a spoiler now, still now, because I think I have my own assessment is that they have not yet been able to show their strength in the constituency-wise assessments. The candidates have not come up. The prospective candidates are not seen, and even if they are seen, most of them will be, as Mr. Khan will agree, they are new. There will be new people. Khataniar. There will be mostly new people, new faces as far as I know. Most probably younger people. Yes. But there will be, I think, a combination of older people also, which they should, in fact, I'll say. So it's very early to say something.
Very early.
But yes, I agree that ruling party has an advantage till now. And there are two ways of looking at things. If there is too much of propaganda, that sometimes backfires. So one should be considered about it. Now, why when already the ruling combination has an advantage, and they think that it's a very easy win, going to be a very easy win for them. Why are the prime ministers and all top luminaries coming all the time for a state election? That question, naturally, they will try to politicize this. But I say that it may not be wrong, because they have a particular kind of approach and a strategy. Now, that may be to my liking or to my not liking.
In fact, this is a new way of looking at the Prime Minister's visit. We always expected that a Prime Minister must come and always give a package, always give this, but we can't think of a Prime Minister as a member of a party trying to fight the battle on the ground.
I don't agree with Kirip Chaliha, what he has said, and I believe today, if you look
May I? I'm very happy that Mr. Dwijen Sharma is now very happy that the UDF has come. If you remember, when we supported the UDF, even we were.
Let's not deviate. Let him make his point. Let's not go personal. Let's you make your point, Dwijen Sharma.
No, I have to clarify that point also. I have seen he has criticized yesterday or day before yesterday the Badruddin Azmal, but I know that he is one of the close men of Badruddin Azmal. Kirip
I am very close to I am very close to you also. Very close. I am a very close friend of yours.
Yes.
But
you are a close
politically,
friend
no.
of. Now I don't agree that BJP is ahead of other parties. I don't agree that. If you look to the price rise, people are fed up with this BJP government. Every day there is price rise of petrol, diesel and gas cylinder. Every day there is price rise. If you look to the promises what has been made by Narendra Modi earlier, they have not fulfilled anything else. What infrastructure they have given today, Narendra Modi has given? Only they are what you have said, that he is depending on rhetoric. That is his culture. He can befool. This BJP can befool people by saying many things, but they don't do it. Where is the voice in the bank of Brahmaputra river? And this Kalita has rightly said that this Bhumi Pujan was done earlier.
Okay, let's not stick to that. We have already made. You have already made your point on the Bhumi Pujan thing.
I am strongly opposing what.
Okay, let me. I will have to go for a break, but very quickly, Mr. Amrit Khataniar. You see, a lot of people. We are basically focusing whether it will be rhetoric or issues. Now, rhetoric, as far as rhetorics are concerned, that has. That has taken a large share of the election campaign so far. The speeches, the addresses, the issues which the people are not raising, but only rhetoric. My point is, as far as the regional parties are concerned, your party, AJP and Raijordol, can you really fight the election only on Ka? You seem to be stuck to the Citizenship Amendment Act. People seem to have moved on. A lot of people have moved on. Even much earlier, when the Citizenship Amendment Bill was at its height, the opposition to the bill was at its height in Assam, the BJP swept the Panchayat polls. That will be the argument which the BJP is still making.
No, look, so far the AJP and Raijordol is concerned, I am saying that Ka and Clause 6 implementation is not the only issues that were going for the election, number one. Number two, the failures on the part of BJP for development, fulfillment of commitments were many.
No, but
so these are the issues that the people of Assam are aware of, and they are confident that these BJP.
I'll give you the time. Now, see, I am not speaking on behalf of the BJP. BJP spokesman is there; he will defend. I have no business to defend the BJP. My point is, when there are dozens of medical colleges coming up in Assam. There is an AIMS coming to Assam. There are several new bridges that are reduced the time by 3 to 4 hours, even 5 hours connectivity across the state. Then you are still saying that there has been no development in the state?
Yes, I can still say these institutions like medical colleges 16. You tell me the existing medical colleges, the infrastructure of the existing medical colleges, are they sufficient to meet an international standard? No. The mortality rate has increased. During pregnancy, the deaths, the period, it is the highest in Assam. The child mortality is highest in Assam. If our medical facilities are so good, for which we are repeatedly putting on new and new medical colleges, do we have the infrastructure? Only the buildings does it mean a medical college? What is the stuff? Few days back, 5 years back.
I'll have to go for a break. I'll have to go for a break. I
give a
cannot continue.
clarification?
I'll have to go for a break. But let me tell you, Assam has got a pat on the back from the central government in tackling the COVID situation. We cannot forget that. But yes, you have your point of view. You can continue to argue on this, and Swapnanil Baruah of the BJP can defend. And I'll come to Champak Kalita. But after this very short break, don't go away. Welcome back to Northeast Tonight. We have a big breaking news coming at this point in time. The Bodoland People's Front, viewers, has declared that it is going to join the Congress-led Mahagathbandhan in the state. That is a big political development at this point in time. BPF leader, Bodoland People's Front leader, Hagrama Mohilari has tweeted, he said, to work for peace, unity and development, the Bodoland People's Front has decided to join hands with Mahajuth in the forthcoming Assam Assembly elections. We shall no longer maintain friendship or alliance with the BJP. That is the tweet on your screen, viewers. Big breaking story at this point in time. The Bodoland People's Front, which has just been dumped by the BJP. It was a BJP ally for 4.5 years in Assam. BJP has dumped the BPF. Now the BPF has announced that they have joined the Congress-led Mahagathbandhan, which comprises the Congress, AIUDF left, RJD, and now of course the significant development that the Bodoland People's Front viewers, in the last assembly elections, out of 13 seats in the Bodoland territorial region, the Bodoland People's Front had won 12 seats. So it was a significant ally of the BJP, 12 seats. Now, of course, the BJP has found a new ally in the Bodo heartland. That is the United People's Party Liberal, UPPL, led by Pramod Boro, the former president of the All Bodo Students Union. Now, Hagrama Mohilari, after keeping his cards close to his chest, has disclosed that the BPF is going to join or has joined the Congress-led Mahagathbandhan in the state. Big worry for you, Mr. Swapnanil Baruah.
No. I think that there's been a mistake in the tweeting. He should have said rejoined. You know, they were already a part of the Congress when Tarun Gogoi was
but
there.
You managed to bring them out, but you failed to keep them in.
No, it's not the question. That, you know, they have not kept to the word or the agreement that was supposed to have, they have kept up. And it was on their own part that they have left. You know, when you have agreed to come to on certain conditions and you don't keep up the agreement of the conditions, obviously you'll find yourself out of the...
No, let us keep the rhetorics aside.
Yes.
How is it going to impact the poll arithmetic?
No,
because
I don't think
we are talking about a political party, Mr. Swapnanil Baruah. You are the vice president of the party.
Yes.
You have to answer this question straight because we have to ask you some straight questions. The question is, this is a party that won 12 of the 13 seats in the Bodo heartland.
Yes.
And it emerged as a very significant ally of the BJP. Now, the same party has joined the Congress. UPPL's success as far as assembly elections is absolutely untested as of now. Yes, they have also won a couple of seats in the last Bodoland election, but they did not get the majority in the Bodo Council election. Let's not forget that, Mr. Swapnanil Baruah.
Yes. If you ask me, we from the party will definitely see it as nothing beyond 2 seats, the Kokrajhar East and the Kokrajhar West. The rest, I don't think the BPF has the influence as of now to really make any difference to the alliance that we have with UPPF.
Now, Amrit Khataniar, this is a big setback for the Assam Jatiya Parikhad because your party ideologue, Mr. Krishna Gopal Bhattacharjee, was on this show. He said that Assam Jatiya Parikhad is talking to the Bodoland People's Front. he almost gave an indication that an alliance is going to be struck. Now, that has not happened. The Bodoland People's Front did not join the regional front. Now, it's a big setback for you. You are expecting that the BPF will be able to join you and that will lend a lot of weight to the AJP, Raijordal combined. Will you admit that it's a setback?
No, look, the BPF has its own prerogative to join any Matgandhan. Yes, there were discussions, negotiations with us. Possibly, he is inclined to the Congress more, and his status, he was with the Congress in the previous years. Then he switched his loyalty to BJP. Now the BJP has thrown him out of, from their friendship. Now he's going back to Congress, as said by. He has gone back to his original alliance. There is nothing harm in it. That is their independent decisions. We have got nothing to do. Yes, had they been with us, it would have been advantage. Even if they are not with us, we have got
so
no problem.
basically, basically, the AJP leadership failed to strike a deal with the Bodoland People's Front. That is also can be an interpretation.
No, that can be interpreted by people or the media or anybody. But the fact remains, it is his prerogative, his party leadership prerogative to choose the partner with whom they are going to fight the election.
So, will you admit, Mr. Amrit Khataniar, that he sees a better prospects in the Congress-led alliance
maybe
than the AJP-led alliance?
Maybe it is his prerogative.
Okay,
Is
is it so simple? It is his prerogative. I mean, Mr. Dwijen Sharma, is it a shot in the arm for the... No. Listen to my question first. Do you think it is a shot in the arm for the Congress-led Mahagathbandhan, the joining of the Bodoland People's Front?
No, you see, joining of the BPF with Congress Mahagathbandhan, it has big impact, not only in the BTR area only, the 13 seats only. It has impact on other 28 seats of other parts of Assam.
Other than 13.
Other than 13. So we are.
Let us have the breaking tickers. Yes.
Yeah. So we are very happy that this Hagrama Mahilari could understand that Congress and the Mahagathbandhan that will form the government in coming days, and he could understand. So that is why he has come and he will help us in other than BTR area in 28 seats. So we welcome him, and I am very happy that this Mahagathbandhan is again strengthened by joining of BPF leader Hagrama Mahilari and his party.
Okay, Champak Kalita ji, ये किस तरह का इम्पैक्ट होगा महागठबंधन पे बीपीएफ के ज्वाइन होने के बाद?
देखिए, मैं आज मेरा रोंगटे खड़ा हो रही है ये न्यूज़ आने के बाद. मुझे मालूम था पहले ही. मैं पॉलिटिकली तो आपको बता रहा हूँ, मैं सोशियली इतना बड़ा इम्पैक्ट है. कांग्रेस लेड यूडीएफ एसिस जो महागठबंधन है, इसको इन्होंने जो रिकॉग्निशन दिया, स्पेशली यूडीएफ को जो रिकॉग्निशन दिया, और ये जो अभी जो ये असम, एक नॉर्थ ईस्ट, एक ट्राइबल स्टेट, जनजाति डोमिनेटिंग एक सेंटिमेंट है, आज वो यूडीएफ को ये ट्राइबल बीपीएफ ने जो अभी इसको स्वीकृति दिया, इसका जो सोशल इम्पैक्ट है, ये नागपुर के लिए, आरएसएस के लिए, बीजेपी के लिए, इनका जो लॉन्ग टर्म एजेंडे के लिए बहुत बड़ा धक्का है. पहला. दूसरा, जो मेरा शर्मा जी बोला कि 41 सीट 13 एंड 28 एग्जैक्टली 41 सीट में बीपीएफ इम्पैक्ट होगा. और मैंने देखा असम में जहां बोडोलैंड के बाहर हाग्रामा महिलारी बीपीएफ को बाकी लोग दिल से मतलब एकदम उनका कनेक्शन है, एकदम उनका जैसा अपना पार्टी है. जब भी हाग्रामा महिलारी एक अच्छा होता है तो उनको एक मजा आता है. और सबसे बड़ी बात, ये जो बीपीएफ जब 16 में आया था यहाँ बीजेपी के साथ, उससे पहले उन्होंने जो वहाँ का बीटीएडी का चुनाव लड़ा था, वो इस बार मेंटेन किया. 19 था, इनका अभी 17 हुआ. इसीलिए आपका वहाँ 13 सीट बुक है और यहाँ आपका 28 सीट में ये लोग इम्पैक्ट आएगा. अब मैं आपको कह रहा हूँ, ये न्यूज़ आने के बाद जो मोमेंटम होगा, जो फील गुड फैक्टर आएगा, बीजेपी 40 डाउन.
Okay, Mr. Kirip Chaliha, what is your assessment? This is a very big political development. The Bodoland People's Front was keeping everybody guessing as to where they are going to go. A lot of people thought that KGB, Krishna Gopal Bhattacharjee, one of the ideologues of the Assam Jatiya Parishad, one of the founder members, said on this show that they are talking to the Bodoland People's Front and an alliance was almost likely. Now, the BPF has joined the Congress-led Mahagathbandhan. Why do you think it is not going to have an impact in the overall poll arithmetic in the state?
See, this to say that it will not have any impact will not be proper. Definitely, it will have some impact. But to say that it will have a very decisive effect may be a little overestimation. I'll tell you why. But before that, let me say that this is not a setback for anyone else than, I would say, to the new third front. Because they should have, if they could have managed BPF along with them, then there that regional polarization that they were attempting, it would have been good. And I would say on right now, on hindsight maybe something different will happen. But I would say, I don't know how far BPF is going to gain by this. I'll tell you why. I accept Champak is a very nice calculator of 13 seats and 18 seats, and now Dwijen Sharma is also talking about 13 plus 18. Let me tell you, 13 plus 18.
28, 41 seats.
13 and 28, I'm sorry.
41 seats.
Okay, I'll say, okay, why let it be 38. But I'll let it be 38. I'm
35.
saying, let it be 38, because there are other kacharis also, there are so many other tribal people. But let me tell you, my understanding of the realities of the Baruah election was that Hagrama Mohilari this time got majority of his support from the minority communities, and Champak will agree. If he doesn't want to be politically diplomatic, I'm stating truth. One second. No, let me finish.
Just the line.
No, let me finish.
Inclusiveness.
They got huge support from the minorities. Now, if somebody thinks significant, very
not
huge, huge. Otherwise, they wouldn't have got these seats. That is the fact. And the tribal support, majority tribal support, and support of the tribal intelligentsia and the leading people were for the UPPL.
No, sir.
Please let me finish. You can differ and you can give a different. When you are giving, I'm giving my analysis. I may be right, I may be wrong. But what I'm saying is, my assessment is that support will definitely get mobilized in getting 2 or 3 seats, which would have otherwise, had there been no reservation, would have definitely gone to AIUDF. But now, those seats have been already taken into consideration by the BJP leadership.
That's what I'm saying.
Another last point. This 28 or 38 or 35, let me tell you, there is no leader who can command over 38 seats or 45 seats.
Let's not go into that. I'll come to you. Champak Kalita I want to ask you a specific question, Swapnanil Baruah. From the sense I got from what Mr. Kirip Chaliha has been trying to say, is that, BJP might ultimately have the last laugh, because there is the BPF, there is the Congress, there is the AIUDF. These are the 3 parts of the same combined as far as the Bodo Council elections are concerned. And if Mr. Kirip Chaliha, what he has said is that last time the BPF got majority of the support from the minority communities. Yes. Now, the votes will be split between the BPF, AIUDF, Congress. These are all basically, the minority communities are strongholds of the Congress, BPF, as well as the AIUDF.
But votes are not going to be split. They are going to be unified now.
Now the votes, if they have a really a sheet sharing in the true sense, then they might benefit. But if they have to put candidates against each other, as has been the practice in many states these days, okay, we'll also contest. NPP will also put a friendly contest. NPP says that, we will put up candidates against the BJP in Assam. If that happens, then BJP may benefit. Otherwise, you are in trouble.
See, we are not in trouble basically because why I was telling you, except for the other 2 seats, in the 12 seats that were already there, the BPF win is very slender. Even their strongman Chandan Brahma just scraped through the elections. If you look at the figures, they have just polled about 30 to 32% of the popular votes that were polled. And that kind of a polling is definitely a very precarious hold on the constituency, and things can change anyway. And that has been, except for Kokazar East and West, where they had done a polling of more than 60% of the total votes polled, where I think it will be very difficult to beat them in that ground. But otherwise, and second factor is that Boro leadership is not Hagrama Mohilari alone. Now we have an alternate leadership, not only in the form of UPPL, but also in the form of the Borough Council, the Borough Development Council, which has been set up there. So definitely, we don't think that we have left the field entirely open that he'll walk away or walk in as he wishes. We have built our defenses, and I think our defenses will hold good in any circumstance.
Okay, Champak Kalita ji, now ये भी तो हो सकता है कि now the question is what kind of a seat sharing it will take place. Seat sharing क्या, because you have been also working hard in that Bodo areas, AIUDF, your candidates will also be aspiring. Congress has also jointly campaigned.
Seats, the UMF cannot have any candidate.
Not UMF, AIUDF.
AIUDF.
AIUDF क्यों नहीं, हम लोग तो वहाँ रिजर्व सीट में भी कैंडिडेट दिया, लेकिन अब अलायंस में जो आ गया है और वहाँ उनका प्रिविलेज रहेगा, हमें रहना चाहिए. और सबसे बड़ी बात है इस अलायंस का, अभी कांग्रेस, यूडीएफ, बीपीएफ, अजित भुया, सीपीएम, सीपीआई, सीपीएमएल, ये जो बीजेपी का जो कंपार्टमेंटलाइज जो पॉलिटिक्स है, इसको हम लोगों ने कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री में बदल दिया. और ये जो इनका जो फील गुड फैक्टर, इसका जो बूस्ट अप होगा, आप देखना, आप एक बहुत रिनाउंड जर्नलिस्ट है, आपको कल परसों से इंट्यूशन में मिलना शुरू होगा, फीडबैक भी मिलना शुरू हो जाएगा. क्योंकि आप देखना, अभी जो बोला है ना कि यूपीपीएल, लेकिन अब बाहर में जो बीटीएडी का बाहर जितना भी ट्राइबल्स, कछारी हो, बोड़ो हो, इवन राभा ऑल्सो, इन लोगों ने हमेशा ये हमने देखा है, फील करता है कि हाग्रामा हम लोग का नेता है, कहीं भी हो, हाग्रामा है तो हम लोग हैं. ऐसा है जैसे कहीं जिस स्टेट का कोई फुटबॉल का टीम नहीं है तो ब्राजील सबका है, ऐसा ट्राइबल के लिए हाग्रामा ये एक एस्टैब्लिश है. इसलिए यूपीपीएल बहुत लंबा समय लगेगा ये पोजीशन में आने के लिए, 21 में नहीं. ये पहली बात. और दूसरी बात, बोडो बीपीएफ जहां भी जाता है सरकार वहां होता है असम में. इसीलिए ये जो धारावाहिकता है यहां अगर ये मेंटेन करता है 21 में, तो बीजेपी के लिए तो बुरा हाल हो जाएगा.
I am coming to you, Dwijen Sharma. Swapnanil Baruah, your response to what Kalita has said.
I think the leaders of tribals, if you call, then I think you must have forgotten that the Chief Minister of Assam is a tribal. And if you don't call him the leader of the state, I don't know whom are you going to call the leader of the tribals.
Microscopic tribes. No.
Okay, let's not go into technicalities.
Social status, BPF, Hagrama Mohilari, social status, बहुत ऊंचा है सर्बानंद सोनोवाल का.
Let us not compare. No.
ट्राइबल कंसर्न बहुत बड़ा नेता है.
We cannot compare.
सर्बानंद सोनोवाल से बहुत बड़ा नेता है. जातीय नायक वो जातीय नायक.
No. I will not discuss whose social status.
एफिलिएशन कभी भी ट्राइबल नहीं है. नहीं, उसका बंदा बोला, उनका प्रतिनिधि बोला ना, जो ट्राइबल वाली बात, उसका एफिलिएशन कभी ट्राइबल ना. जातीय नायक आसू प्रेसिडेंट.
Okay, let us not measure the social status of leaders. That is not part of this debate. Now, Mr. Dwijen Sharma, I'm running short of time. Final comments. How do you see the road ahead? We had begun this discussion by saying that there are three broad formations. One is, of course, the BJP and its allies. Now, the Congress, AIUDF. They are saying that, we have the left, we have the Ajit Bhuya and so on and so forth, but these have not much of a electoral base at this point in time. But as we have been discussing, after my debates break, this breaking story that the BPF has joined has lent a new twist to the Mahagathbandhan. Today there was a symbolic addition in the form of the RJD, but now it is much more than symbolic, the BPF joining. Are you a happy man?
No, I am 100% happy man. This Mahagathbandhan today, it has become more broader after joining Hagrama Mohilari in the Mahagathbandhan. You have seen that tribal leaders, mostly known, Hagrama Mohilari is mostly known amongst tribal people. Out of BTR area also, he is accepted as a leader of tribal people. So I believe this his joining, it will give another more strength to Mahagathbandhan, and I have 100% faith that this Mahagathbandhan will be able to defeat this communal BJP in the coming election, and that is my last comment.
Mr. Amrit Khataniar, the AJP Rise or Dol combined has missed the bus.
No, not at
as
all.
far as the BPF is concerned.
Look, BPF has, if you see, BPF was in, his loyalty was with Congress. Then he shifted his loyalty to the BJP. Now he is again shifting his loyalty to Congress. So once a person's loyalty could not be ascertained in toto, So we have doubts. So possibly my leaders felt it that his loyalty is not that for the regionalism. He is a selfish person to get power in this way or that way. That may be one of the equations that might have worked out. But the fact remains, we as a AJP and Raijar Dal have decided to fight the election of our own. So we are not concerned with, yes, it would have been better that area to be covered by BPF, but since he has not come, it will not affect much on our election scenario. That is our very firm comment.
Not impact the election scenario.
Yes, no, not at all.
I will come to Kirip Chaliha last. Mr. Swapnanil Baruah, you don't seem to be you don't seem to be bothered very much with the BPF. You said that they have rejoined the original party.
Yes, I think it has been confirmed by Mr. Khataniar to support my assertion. But let's see. I think he has taken his stand. We have already prepared our defenses well ahead, anticipating this kind of a stand, and let's wait till 2nd of May.
So you are not surprised that the Bodoland People's Front has joined the Congress?
Obviously,
You were expecting that to happen?
It was just a matter of time.
So your severing of ties with the BPF was a calculated affair. Are you going to say that today?
There was definitely certain amount of calculations, and also his standing amongst the Boro community was becoming evident that he was not the most popular leader, which was acceptable to the people, and definitely the importance of the growth of Boroland BTR region is very important in the scheme of things of not only the government of Assam but also of the government of India. And so you've seen the Home Minister making frequent visits to Kokrajhar. I mean, he's, I think, virtually keeping himself updated with the developments of BTR on a daily basis. So considering that, I think we are very, prepared to take on BTR and ensure the progress of BTR in a much faster pace than we could have achieved with BPF.
So snapping ties with the Bodoland People's Front was not a mistake on the part of the BJP?
No, definitely not. I think it's a considered decision which has been taken after a lot of calculation and assessing the ground realities.
No, BJP has an agenda. They have an agenda that they will bring smaller parties and they will finish it by throwing them out. So they have done that with BPF also.
Okay, so I'm coming to you, Kirip Chaliha. I'm coming to you only. But what Mr. Swapnanil Baruah of the BJP is saying that BJP is not perturbed. They were expecting the Bodoland People's Front to join the Congress-led Mahagathbandhan, and that the decision to sever ties with the BPF was a considered considered decision of the BJP, and that it will not impact the party. Mr. Kirip Chaliha, final comments. How do you see things panning out? How do you see the alliances? Now I think there have been no more surprises. BPF people were waiting to see which side the BPF is going to go, and now things seems to have crystallized, at least for the elections, which is barely 1 month away.
I think my first comment is in response to what my friend Mr. Sharma has said, and everyone else seems to have concurred to that and have been given all kinds of assessment. I don't think BJP, I don't think BP has left any political formation. I think the political formations left them. In case of Congress, it was Congress which left BPF. If Mr. Sharma will correct me if I'm wrong. It was Congress party's leader Tarun Gogoi who left BPF, and he was also one person who opposed it, like me. Similarly, in this case also, it is not BPF which has left the coalition. It was at the nth moment. It is the BJP which was wanted to force them off, but still they were just still waiting at the nth moment. They have gone. That's the first correction I want to make. My last comment as of now, today is 28th February, March and April. I would like to give a marking.
Yeah.
I'd like to give a marking to BJP. At the best, 68 to 80, or to 78, sorry, 68 to 78. Gathbandhan, 38 to 48. Rest, 10. 8 to 10.
Okay,
That is true.
okay,
That is now.
that
That is now. Now there are 2 months of heavy fighting. Let's see how much one can do.
Now you see, Kirip
Okay,
Chaliha
okay.
has...
आप इसको one up करें one word ये BPF का आना महागठबंधन में सोने पे सुहागा है
सोने पे सुहागा है क्या नहीं होगा होगा पता नहीं है as far as elections are concerned I always maintain that
But
voters
Hindi also improves with time.
Voters are the king. Voters are the king.
My anchor, my learned anchors, Hindi has also improved. So elections, you never know who improves how much.
Thank you for the compliment. It is all thanks to people like Champak.
I don't agree.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
I don't agree to that.
No,
ये मेरा खुशनसीब है मैं खुशनसीब हूँ और यार आप जैसे जर्नलिस्ट अगर ये बोलेंगे तो ये my pleasure
We'll
है
have to wait and watch May 2. That is the date where everybody in Assam is waiting for right now. We will be having a lot more discussions on election 2021 Assam, and we are going to go with the cash line mandate Assam 2021. You'll get to hear a lot more on Northeast Live. On this note, I thank all my panelists for participating in the show and the viewers for watching the program. Good night and goodbye.